How you doing, beautiful besties? It's me, Waddles, and welcome back to episode number 85 of the Minecraft Guide. In today's episode, I've got something a little special planned. Or, actually, like two things. After last episode's big Trial Chambery extravaganza, I figured today, to settle back into the groove of things over here at the old base, we'll go ahead and do something a little bit different. More on that in a second. And a little something special for the members out there. The brand new world download featuring Dear Bonzo, who's been left to the other base. I'll get him soon. Barb, unfortunately, the demonic demon. And everything else as far as your eyes can dream. It's all included. Yeah, so channel members, you are getting world downloads of this world a little regularly. How about maybe a little more regularly? So I was thinking, considering the fact that the episode releases, they've slowed down a little bit, maybe to like offset things, maintain the balance, order of the universe, you know, how about for now, maybe we try out world downloads about every 5 or so episodes beginning today, episode number 85. So after we wrap up this episode, if you're interested in all of the 1.21 zone and even more, slide over to the community tab if you're a channel member, and you should see the world download sitting square right in front of you. For a little bit more information, tap the subscribe button, then tap join. Oh, so bright and early the next morning, farms, we've got a few of them. On the surface, it might not have looked like it, but Minecraft 1.21 was kind of an update all about farming, indirectly. With a bunch of the changes and implementations that Minecraft's newest update made, there are a ton of farms that have gotten way better than they ever were before. Now, whether this is due to a newfound block and maybe a newfound use or something else, today we're going to talk all about it. Here are 10 farms that just got better, and likewise, 10 farms you need to build today. Now, around our base here, we got quite a few different farms. I figured this would be the perfect way to walk around, recap, reminisce, and just fall in love again with that dreamy, that sweet, beautiful the moss farm. So, little caveat for almost every farm we're taking a look at today, there is an episode of the series for it, Moss Farm. Did I call this a moss farm? I knew that was going to happen when I made the building all green. It's a clay farm. Minecraft 1.21, one of the big things that we found in the last episode of the brand new sherds, one of which that I have since realized that I forgot over at the base. Trial Chamber. I actually found every single brand new sherd over inside of the chamber. I just forgot to bring Guster home. How could I? Now, alongside these brand new beautiful sherds, in one of the follow-up updates to Minecraft 1.21, these pots got a whole storage functionality, which is really, really good and it's great. It would be a dream to be able to craft as many of these pots as you wanted to, right? I mean, they look gorgeous. And so with new sherds on the menu and storage functionality too, that's where my world-renowned, grade A, class A, top-tier clay farm comes into play. So check out this rhythm right here. If you get the rhythm, the motion just right, you can simultaneously scoop up the water, slam that water into a dirt block, transforming it into a mud block forever, and then repeat the cycle again. Even better, a clay farm like this is pretty easy to build. I got a little clever here and hid water sources in the back wall, but if you wanted to, maybe you're a little bit short on time, feeling slacky, whatever, well, you go ahead and just put water like right in the ground in front of it, and it's still like decently efficient, as long as you can keep your rhythm good. Hidden water sources or not, all you're really gonna need to pull this thing off is a little bit of dripstone, some pointed dripstone, and dirt blocks that you turn into mud. It's easy as that. Place them down, turn them into mud, give it a little bit of time, and automatically your blocks will turn into clay. I mean, look, it's thanks to that farm and the cool crisp autumn air, one of my favorite seasons of all time, by the way, that I have a chest, a double chest, fully filled up with clay all the way, definitely full all the way, okay? I'm working on it. Sugarcane, it's one of the most useful plants in all of Minecraft, and the farms look pretty hard too. Maps, not only are they cool looking, but they're actually pretty useful too. Even more useful inside of Minecraft 1.21. You know, I feels like yesterday I was just constructing this tower. This was a tower, legit, that I had, like, in mind, in my head, since, like, Minecraft The Guide Season 3, where we left off. I kind of took on this style of build in Minecraft Survival, but it never ended up being the large monstrosity and masterpiece that I was aiming for. But, here we are, sugarcane. Thanks to this farm right here, I've got cane on cane on cane on cane. There's 4 floors here is what I'm saying. The layout is like decently compact. Maybe could be a little more compact up top, but whatever. And because I've decided to build this thing as a tower, that brings us to today's question of the day. Distant Horizons? Tell me all about it. Would you like to see me? Would you like to see an episode on expanding Minecraft to beautifying it? And maybe implementing Distant Horizons to the guide world forever? Call it down below. sugarcane. If you want to find the new trial chamber, like we've talked about time and time again, the map is the way to go. If you want to get your hands on the map, well, you're going to need a little bit of paper, among some other things like glass panes, but paper, this is the big one. Set up a sugarcane farm, and you can not only buy yourself that trial chamber map, but build yourself a paper emerald farm, like we talked about in this episode right here. Now, moving into the central hub zone of the world over here, we got a couple great farms. We got the lava farm. This is so great for easy, efficient fuel, but not necessarily made better for 1.21. We've got the cow farm over here. Tried, true, trust. Yeah, I need the wheat to step it up. Go. You're going a little slow. I ran out of all of the wheat since I've last been over here, and yeah, the food situation's getting a bit dire, you could say. We've got a clock tower, definitely not a farm or anything, but it's beautiful for sure. And then we've got the bamboo farm, maybe one of the largest farm improvements of Minecraft 1.21, thanks to a handy little block. Well, yeah, why the heck not? Let's go ahead and make one. Thanks to a handy little block with a beautiful face known as the Crafter. And an update seemingly all about technical developments, the Crafter is like the #1 king right here. With a beautiful smile, a strong mustache, however you want to look at it, this thing is one of the greatest tools ever added to Minecraft. I said it. I can't just be me, always feel like smooth stone is used in that crafting recipe, right? Now, here's the sad thing about bamboo. Once I condense it down into this version of the bamboo, like a solid block, I mean, I could go ahead and take it and turn it into planks, whatever, but I can't really get, like, the raw natural plant form back. And I'm a decisively indecisive guy. I might want to have more of the bamboo plants. I might not. So, basically here with our wonderfully golden bamboo farm, what I'm saying is I want to keep the opportunity open. So, I don't exactly love the idea of just going ahead and hooking a crafter up to this thing automatically and, you know, just magically shifting all of this stuff into the beautiful bamboo block that I need to come up with a build for. But you totally could turn this farm into a bamboo block building masterpiece, all with the help of a crafter and a very, very simple redstone circuit. All you need to do is detect when the crafter is full, pulse the crafter one single time, pretty easy to do, and then voila, you have yourself a fully automatic bamboo machine. You've got bamboo wood now that you can take around your world and place down and build a kitten. Oh, to build a kitten? Where in the world did you come from? You're just casually strolling through the base of some old kitten. What are you doing? It's because the villagers over there? No flipping way. I need a fish farm. Oh, man. She remind me to build one of those next episode. But the question, what would be better than having an infinite amount of a decently beautiful wood source made for you, free, automatically, efficiently, and condensed down too? Well, not really much, but maybe a runner-up would be having an automatic supply of one of the best fuel sources in the entire game. Of course, we're talking all about the kelp block, a potentially beautiful block for building maybe your roof, floor, but also a great fuel source too. In a farm that truly Minecraft 1.21 made better big time, a kelp farm, automatic one. You have the kelp automatically harvested, you send the kelp into a furnace to dry it out real quick, then you take that dried kelp and instead of eating it like I know you really want to, instead of eating the dried kelp item, you turn it into the dried kelp block. This single block right here can smelt to 20 items total. That's pretty good. And consider the fact that you could have this farm automatically running for you at the background in your base, collecting up a bunch of fuel, unlike a lava farm that can't be fully automated. Well, depending on what you're doing at your base, if you're doing a big project, maybe a gigantic dig or something like that, well, you could come back over to your farm and actually potentially see yourselves stacks on stacks on stacks of a decent building block and a great fuel. Now, a little look into my mind. Back inside of our world over here, I want to build up the area around Storage Cathedral and eventually fill this out. Have this almost like a whole town marketplace centerpiece with like a big wide road, maybe life, definitely decorations, you know. And one of those ideas that I have to kind of help build this area in around here is another tower, kind of like that tower that we built right there, except this time for kelp. Maybe then we take that kelp farm and turn it into an automatic dried kelp farm and then an automatic dried kelp block farm. Or I don't know, build a couple different kelp farms. I'm not too sure. I guess what I'm saying here is we don't really have one inside of our world quite yet, but it's definitely on the to-do list. Especially with this new way of doing Minecraft updates and drops and, maybe less major updates. I feel like that's going to add to the longevity of this world. But I guess we'll have to wait and see. And actually, while we're talking about our friend Carl the Crafter, there are quite a few farms around our world that we could theoretically improve with a crafter. Dripstone Beauty, for example, this giant double-sided automatic tower farm would be beautiful if one of you just sprouted right in front of my eyes here. Show the people it works. Come on, come on, come on. Okay, never mind. Double-sided dripstone farm beauty. It's been running. If I wanted to, if I felt the burning desire, pointed dripstone automatically condensed down into dripstone block. It's very easy with a 2x2. Iron farm, highly considering this one. Either build a second iron farm somewhere and condense the iron down automatically, or just hook a crafter up to this thing. After all, I've got plenty of room. Oh, in a moment that I've been waiting for so long. Swapping the chest out for the elytra, putting the elytra on. I guess it's not in perfect condition. That's on me. Fireworks right out the back door right here. Oh, how I've waited to soar around with my elytra again. So, you know, got a couple different farms on this side of the blossom that we could crafter it up. But also, right across the giant Swedish fjord, there are a couple more farms that I could definitely improve. Oh, Amethyst Farm. I have an idea for a build up on the surface. I will get around to you one day, but beautiful Amethyst Farm, which is finally corroding. My goal here is to have this all be a green floor. I think it'll maybe look the best. If not, I wasted a lot of time. Ooh, but in Amethyst Farm, we could totally set up a crafting station at the side of this thing with a hopper drop-off, where basically I throw the amethyst into the hopper drop-off, and then I've got a crafter pulsing and creating amethyst blocks, condensing the stuff down, well, forever. Right down the road from the unfinished Amethyst Farm, we have another farm. This time fully finished, but same deal, an automatic crafter drop-off station. If I was building this nowadays, I would definitely incorporate one of those into this build, probably right in the middle of this wall or something. Then I can take all of the string that I'm getting from this farm and overload of it and condense it down into wool. And I've been having a little issue. If you get the world downloaded and you go over to spawn, the nether portals, they keep like teleporting back to spawn. It's like the Swordle got unlinked or something, and I just haven't had the opportunity to fix it. But I do have an obsidian farm, so that's cool. Anyways, it's kind of funny. It's all a full circle the moment. Back over to the 1.21 zone. Yep, that's right, guys. We're abandoning the cherry base, and we're back over here. It's all a segue. Dear Bonzo, where did Dear Bonzo go? Hi! There you are. You scared me. Don't do that to my heart. Anyways, full circle moment. Another and the final great station that I'm going to talk about here, but I'm sure there are more you could come up with. Use your crafter. Hook it up to your local skeleton farm. I know this is a zombie farm, but hook it up to your local skeleton farm and have an automatic bone block machine. Now, wow, I don't know if it's actually, in fact, it's definitely because of the Optifine, but the connected textures again, they go so hard, it looks so beautiful. Goodbye, zombies. This is a farm that I just love so much, and if it was a skeleton farm, you bet your bottom dollar I would hook up a crafter to it and it'd be beautiful. Stop oxidizing. Enough. All right, next up, my girl Carol. Carol the chicken, you come with me, girl. Come on, baby. Let's go over to the other farm zone. I could talk about the crafter all day long. Legally, I could, but legally, I couldn't. So, let's go ahead and move on to a gigantic farm improvement of Minecraft 1.21. That baby right down there. I haven't been over here since the update, but it's great to see that this farm is still running, and kind of exactly why I wanted to do this episode. I feel like it's a great idea after an update every time. You want to go around and just check out the other things that you've built and make sure they're still in tip-top condition. Wow, tip-top condition? That's good. And with that thing in such beautiful condition, I know exactly what's going on down there. Let's go down there. Oh, this scares me every time, though. I know I'm good and nothing bad's gonna happen. I'm good, but it just scares me to use the elytra, okay? I'm never gonna not be afraid of it. There has been situations in the past involving cacti and, you know. Whoa. Okay, so listen, buddy. It's really loud, but this farm inside of 1.21 just got one of the greatest upgrades of all time. You see, every single witch that we take out now is always going to drop 4 to 8 redstone dust, as well as any of this other good stuff. With all of those great profits from that farm, that means that if I need to farm redstone, like maybe I'm trying to work on a build, this thing is like 10 times better. All I would need to do is AFK over at this farm, which I might do in between episodes. AFK over at this farm for like really not that much time at all, and voila, I'll get myself a ton of redstone, as well as all of those other insane drops that a witch farm has. To be honest, if you're going to build one farm and one farm only from today's big list, the witch farm, 100% that's it. If you're on Bedrock Edition, the design is actually a little bit more compact and different, but still, you could totally build a witch farm, and the witches, they totally got buffed as well. Except instead of 1.21, it was 1.21.20. What in the world happened to my world? It's a slideshow over here. Huh? All right, well, that's a little bit of a problem. I don't know if you guys wanted to watch a slideshow on a slime farm or see a real slime farm, the proper deal. All right, so one quick little reload later. Maybe it was a bug, an issue, but it seems to be smoothed out. Anyways, our little haven over here, the slimy zone itself, Underworld, the crypt. What do we have? Nothing? Okay. Yeah, I kind of thought I emptied it out. But yes, a slime farm. Slime farms inside of Minecraft 1.21, they've been made better, but not because of what you might think. So when I was working on today's video, trying to come up with the different things that I wanted to include, I wanted to think about everything that was added in 1.21, including some non-traditional things that you might be sleeping on a little bit, like those new potions. Did you forget that they were here? Because yeah, inside of the 1.21 update, a handful of new potions were added to the game, and one of those potions is crafted with the slime itself. Sure. Realistically, if you have enough slime to consider making the potion, maybe you don't really need the potion to begin with, but still, maybe you don't want to have to AFK over at your slime farm that seems to be running insanely slow for some reason. So taking a look at this slime farm, it seems like it definitely is working from time to time. I see it. What I think our problem might be here, what I might need to fix in maybe the near future, is come back over here and raise the AFK platform. You see, with that one, I built it significantly higher. For whatever reason, when I set up this farm, I built the AFK platform, I think, a little bit too low. I have a feeling some of the cave, in fact, I know that some of the caves, they must be loaded, because otherwise, there is no other mobs that should be able to spawn here. So maybe I light up a cave, and maybe I raise the AFK platform by like, what? Can't be too much, 10, 20 blocks or something. But I mean, hey, this is kind of why you should go around your world and check on things. Maybe before it's been 2 months after an update. Either way, a slime farm. They're more useful. Oh, now speaking of AFK zones, another farm that is on my to-do list to build, hopefully sometime soon, is this little beauty right over here. And it does work. I was gonna say it's probably not gonna work as I get close to it due to how mob spawning works, but a simple little outpost farm and built out of copper while we're at it too for 1.21, yeah, why the heck not? So back inside of our normal survival world, I know exactly where we have an outpost that I think would be perfect for this kind of farm, over inside of the desert zone by the Sand Resource Desert. Buddy like this is going to be high on our to-do list, because if I build myself a raid farm and let it run for a little bit of time, well, Ominous Bottle, I'll actually be able to get these things automatically. Then I can unlock raids or Ominous Trials in the Mace whenever I want. And so that's really like the huge beautiful thing about an outpost farm. It's relatively simple to build because the outpost spawning box, like the bounding box of the thing, is massive. It's this giant orange zone that I marked out right there. Even better, the outpost farm itself, I mean, it's basically a little bit of redstone, a little bit of water, and some string. Like, that's all there really is to it. I have an iron golem crusher down at the bottom of the thing to take them out, but I could alternatively use minecarts if I wanted to. And yeah, I mean, for literally standing around here doing nothing, I'm just getting ominous bottles. Minecraft 1.21 didn't just make this farm better, it actually made this farm like viable and have an actual point to use and build, especially in a fully automatic setting. It's wonderful. Looks like I forgot a spot. Alright, now I've been doing a lot of talking today. Maybe it's your turn. You tell me about it down below. What is one farm that you think it got a whole lot better instead of 1.21 that maybe bonus points, huge bonus points if I haven't mentioned it quite yet? We've got 2 farms left, so I guess it's a little bit of a game. Good luck. So not only has Minecraft 1.21 made this farm better, but I have made this farm better too, and it still could be way, way better than it is currently, but a bee farm. Bees inside of Minecraft 1.21. I mean, look, there's a reason I almost made our big return to this base, with this episode being a brand new bee farm. I mean, we're talking all those brand new copper blocks, the bulb, whatever. You want to control them and stop them from decaying? Well, absolutely. You're going to need a honeycomb farm inside of your world. Even better, inside of a Minecraft 1.21.2, so an update that's not here quite yet, but an update that is absolutely on the way. Well, inside of that next minor update to Minecraft, the bees are actually getting a huge upgrade, with the bee nest getting a little tooltip that is brand new, and bees, their pathfinding getting even better. That should mean an open air bee farm, kind of like this one right here, should become a little bit more viable, with the bees wandering a little bit less far and coming back to their home a little bit more often. I still totally need to like recoup the whole bees. They all kind of went missing. And so that's why slowly but surely I've been coming over here and every once in a while trying to find bees, get their attention. I don't know where they all went again. But, you know, I try and find the bees and breed them up with the pink flowers, try and make more, you know, for the good of humanity. And so, last but not least today, and to this one is kind of like a large, big one, expanding through multiple different types of farms, but they all relate with one thing, and to one thing only: the villagers. Minecraft 1.21 made villagers a little bit better in a sense, at least when it comes to the cartographer villager. However, indirectly, the villagers also got a lot better because, other farms that involve villagers, for example, an iron farm that we kind of honorably mentioned today. Well, yeah, other farms like an iron farm that involve villagers, they got a little bit better. I also feel like Mapples needs a roommate, Mapples Jr. over here that could get like a trial chamber so I could maybe find one near the base. That'd be so cool. Look, villagers are always a great thing to have, and all of the villager farms, they stem from one thing and one thing only that definitely sounded like it was still working, the Villager Breeder 3000. I have that thing shut off because I have whoa, there's a cat in there too. I'm being overrun by kittens.
This entire empire, it was once mine and it was once great, but now no longer is it mine. It's
the kitten empire. You leave for a couple months, you come back, and the cats take it over, huh? All right. So some farms that were improved by Minecraft 1.21, and even more so, some farms that you should absolutely get on building, adding to your world yesterday. Thank you all so much for watching this episode. I already asked today's question of the day, but yesterday's question of the day, the last episode, what shall we do next? Well, I've got some big plans locked in, and no spoilers. You just have to tune in and see. World download for the Legend tier members, check it. It's on the community tab. If you want to get these episodes a little bit extra early, consider becoming a patron today. It's been me, Waddles, Minecraft Guide Forever. The playlist is on the end card. I'll see you all tomorrow. Goodbye.